We're just a day away from Charlie Kirk's memorial service in Glendale. It's set to be a high security event with Super Bowl level safety measures in place. And already we've seen a security incident at State Farm Stadium. Thanks so much for joining us for 12 News at 10 o'clock on this Saturday. I'm Rachel Cole. New details tonight about a man armed with guns and knives arrested by Secret Service just yesterday inside State Farm Stadium ahead of Charlie Kirk's memorial service. Police say he claimed to be working security, and tonight Turning Point USA is responding. 12 News journalist Kyle Simchuk is live for us tonight outside of State Farm Stadium with the latest. Kyle.
Well, Turning Point says that man was here to provide security for another guest, but he did not follow proper procedures, and that's what led to his arrest and felony charge.
Name and date of birth, please.
Joshua Petra Runkles.
42-year-old Joshua Runkles appearing in Maricopa County Superior Court, charged with impersonating a peace officer and carrying a weapon into a prohibited place. Court documents reveal Runkles approached a DPS major working security outside State Farm Stadium Friday, claiming he was with a security detail through Turning Point USA. Runkles told the trooper he was armed and presented a Franklin County Sheriff's badge along with Idaho law enforcement credentials, according to police. The DPS major told Runkles to contact Turning Point so they could coordinate with the Secret Service. Runkles was told he was not allowed to enter the stadium or be armed on the property. Police say Runkles was respectful and said he understood. But 2 hours later, a Secret Service agent found him inside the stadium on the club level. Court documents show he was detained, and agents found 2 firearms and several knives on him. Police say Runkles pretended to have authority as a peace officer, but is not one in the state of Arizona and is not currently employed with the Franklin County Sheriff's Office. Court documents show Runkles lives in North Carolina and works for a California ministry whose leader has a large following on social media. Turning Point USA releasing a statement saying Runkles was doing advanced security for a known guest planning to attend Sunday's memorial. A spokesperson adding, quote, "We do not believe this person was attempting anything nefarious. However, the advance was not done in proper coordination with the TPUSA security team or the U.S. Secret Service." And Runkles is out of jail tonight on $500 bond as part of his release conditions. He's not allowed to possess weapons, and he's not allowed to return to State Farm Stadium. We're live in Glendale. Kyle Simchuk, 12 News.
Kyle, thank you for that live report tonight. Kirk's assassination and the long list of high-profile speakers are just some of the reasons federal officials are providing the highest level of security for his memorial tomorrow morning. Panel by panel, crews are continuing to put up a perimeter of protection, with many of the safety measures not even visible to the naked eye. Jose Santiago with Glendale Police says the difference between this event and one like the Super Bowl is the short amount of time law enforcement has had to plan for it, and they still don't know how many people will show up.
We started talking about 100,000 or more, and I think we're actually downplaying that number. I think it's going to be much greater than that.
Police are also preparing to protect VIPs. Speakers at the service are said to include the president, vice president, and much of the cabinet. If you are planning to attend, remember parking will be extremely limited and no cars will be allowed inside those lots until 7 a.m. Security will not be allowing bags of any kind inside the stadium. Strollers, signs, cards, even flowers are also not permitted. Most of all, officials say to prepare for delays and follow stadium instructions. And it's not just visitors from the Valley expected at tomorrow's memorial. As Danielle Nottingham shares, we're seeing travelers coming in from all over to pay their respects.
From small towns to big cities and even other countries, thousands are starting to arrive in and around Phoenix to honor the life of Charlie Kirk. Friends, families, and even some newfound followers said they had to make this trip to say goodbye. John Perrette and his wife Patty drove more than 22 hours from Louisiana to make it in time for Charlie Kirk's Sunday services. He says he didn't follow Kirk until his death.
Charlie, we knew he was a good guy. That's all we knew.
John and Patty are just 2 of the thousands making their way to Phoenix from across the country and around the world. Bernard and Barb Techrobe flew down from Canada.
The fact that it happened in America, where America is known for free speech, and really all Charlie was doing was trying to open dialogue with people that disagreed with him. and they shot him for it.
They brought this sketch their friend Abigail made for Kirk's widow.
And so as a Canadian, I feel very much like more Canadians need to stand up and speak out like Charlie did.
From California,
I had the time and I could come out here and try to go to the memorial tomorrow at the Cardinal Stadium, and that's what I'm going to do to show my love and support for Charlie and his family.
to Missouri, the sentiment is the same.
He was interested what other people had to say, and I love that. That's what our country is founded on, and when we lose that, when we lose dialogue, we lose our country.
And John says the trip is already worth it.
When I grew up, young people didn't give a nothing about politics, but he proved if you can get the young people to vote, you can make a change.
As you can see behind me, it's a gathering that shows Kirk's influence reached far beyond Arizona. At Turning Point headquarters in Phoenix, I'm Danielle Nottingham.
And you can tune in to watch our coverage of the Charlie Kirk Memorial Service right here on 12 News. Today in A to Z begins at 8 a.m. Then we'll have coverage exclusively on 12 Plus starting at 10 o'clock. Just download the app to watch for free tomorrow morning. Meteorologist Chris Dunn is here now with what exactly Valley viewers can expect from the skies the rest of the weekend. Hey, Chris.
Yeah, more clouds moving in our skies. Not quite as sunny as it was today. This is a look at your Sunday. Starting out 86 degrees at 8 a.m. Sun comes up at 6:15. But by 10 a.m. to noon, the clouds really start to move in. 97 degrees, not holding back the heat. 100 plus again in the afternoon. We were 102 today. Here's how it looks like things will play out with futurecast clouds coming at us from the south and the southwest. Maybe a brief sprinkle or two, but as the clouds thicken up and the day wears on, we'll have some isolated showers that start to pop up. Little pockets of rain here and there between Phoenix and Flagstaff, and also in and around the valley. That will last through the early afternoon hours. And then I think a zone of rain sets up basically from Flagstaff back to about Parker on the Colorado River. And in this zone, north and east of the valley, that's the best chance of getting some of that rain. Earlier showers over the high country have now quickly faded away, so everything is pretty quiet across the state. What's working weather-wise at us is a cutoff low off the coast of California. And it's going to kind of meander and linger around California way, occasionally sending little waves of moisture our way. And this high pressure is going to back off. It'll strengthen and it'll back off. And really, those are the two factors that we will be looking at for the week ahead. 102 in Phoenix tomorrow, 90 or 73 in Flagstaff. In the 90s, we're done with the 90s, I think, for Flagstaff for the year. 95 in Lake Havasu City and 99 in Yuma. Here are your forecast highs tomorrow across the valley. We'll talk about that cutoff low and where it's going to go and how it will have an impact on our weather for the week ahead coming up in just a few minutes. Rachel?
Looking forward to it, Chris. Thank you. 3 people are dead tonight and 3 others are injured after a crash near Wickenburg. Take a look here. Crews found these 2 cars extremely damaged when they arrived. Authorities say the crash happened when an Acura driving north on Highway 93 tried to pass in a no passing zone and crashed into another car coming in the other direction. 3 passengers in the back seat of the Acura were not wearing their seatbelts and thrown from the car. 1 person had to be airlifted to the hospital and 2 others were taken by ambulance. The road was closed but has since reopened, according to ADOT. And an update for you now on last night's deadly car crash over in Gilbert. Police say a 35-year-old man ran a red light at South Wrecker Road while suspected of being impaired. He crashed into a rideshare, causing it to spin and hit a pole. 36-year-old Nicole Snell was driving with 33-year-old Marissa Jorgensen. Both of them were killed. The driver of the car who ran the red light was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. Police tell us he will be arrested once he's released. A man is in the hospital after he was stabbed on the light rail in Tempe overnight. Police say it happened when a fight broke out between 2 passengers on the light rail near Apache Boulevard in McClintock. One of the men hit the other guy in the head with a water bottle. That man who was hit said he was in fear for his life, so he stabbed the other guy. No one was arrested. Police are still investigating. Arizona families fighting fentanyl. That's the mission of families raising awareness about the fentanyl crisis earlier today. It was all part of a United Against Fentanyl's Walk for Lives event, a national movement happening all across the country. Organizers say they held the walk in all 50 states to honor loved ones lost to fentanyl poisoning, which is now the leading cause of accidental death in the United States for people ages 18 to 45. That's according to the DEA. 12 News spoke with one dad participating in the walk who says he lost his 18-year-old son to the drug.
A lot of people don't think it'll ever happen to them, but it only takes once. It only takes once. It doesn't take somebody living in a gutter and being on the street. It could be your own kid, you know.
Parents at the walk say they want to see more education and awareness, warning that fentanyl can be found in any drug.